Okay, so for this deep dive, we're heading to India.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, a place near Della Village
Okay.
that the locals call the Witch's Kitchen.
Sounds charming already.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
right.
We're going off of local folklore, some supposed eyewitness accounts,
Uh-huh.
and even some, I guess you could say harder evidence, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So the whole thing revolves around this woman named Mai Kalavati.
Okay.
Now, she was, how do I put this delicately?
Right.
Not exactly well-liked by the villagers.
Who?
No, they considered her a daayan.
The daayan.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's tough to translate directly, but essentially a powerful evil spirit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in South Asian folklore, they're often women,
Okay.
and they're associated with, like, bringing illness or bad luck.
Right.
Even death sometimes.
So not your friendly neighborhood witch.
Definitely not.
Got it.
Now, the stories about Mai Kalavati get pretty wild.
I bet.
People claim she could turn into a black cat.
A black cat.
Yeah, and that her hut was so cursed, nothing would grow around it.
Hmm.
And at night, people swore they smelled this awful mix of, like, sizzling fat and crushed herbs.
Oh, God, that's a horrible combination.
It's just super creepy imagery, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like tapping into some deep-seated fear we have.
Exactly.
Like the whole transforming into an animal thing.
Right.
It's not just a South Asian thing either.
Oh, yeah.
You see that in folklore all over the world.
It's true.
It's like this primal fear of the unknown, unpained.
Right, right. And then the land being barren, too.
Yeah.
Like, something's fundamentally wrong there.
It's like nature itself is rejecting it.
Nah. And then those smells?
Don't remind me.
It's like something horrible is cooking, but you can't see it.
This just messes with your head.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, the villagers didn't just sit around gossiping about her.
No.
Oh, no. They actually went to confront her.
Oh, boy.
And what they supposedly found in her hut,
What?
it's straight out of a nightmare.
Yeah.
There was this bubbling pot, and they said it was full of human fingers
No way.
and necklaces made of children's teeth.
You're kidding?
I'm dead serious.
That's horrifying.
And there was this fire they said they couldn't put out.
Unquenchable fire. I've heard that in other legends, too.
Really?
Yeah, it's often connected to, like, evil spirits or demons.
Makes sense.
Like a symbol of their power or something.
Hi.
Ugh. Just thinking about those details, though.
I know.
It's like they really wanted to paint her as this monstrous figure.
Yeah, for sure.
No wonder people were terrified of her.
Absolutely. So anyway, they ended up burning her alive.
In her own kitchen.
Yeah, poetic justice, I guess.
I don't know about justice, but definitely poetic.
Here's the thing. Before she died, she cursed the village.
A curse.
Yeah, she said her kitchen would never be empty.
Oh, no.
So even in death, she's still a threat.
Classic vengeful spirit move, right?
Totally. I mean, it's like taking the story and guaranteeing it'll continue.
Right, it's not just about her life anymore.
Yeah, it's like setting the stage for a haunting.
Exactly. And it worked because now, hundreds of years later, the place where her hut stood is this empty clearing.
Right. They call it the Witch's Kitchen.
Still.
And they say nothing grows there.
Really?
Yeah, and people report cold spots even in the summer.
Wow.
And after it rains, they say you can see tiny handprints in the ash.
Tiny handprints. Like a child's.
Yeah, it's super creepy.
That's so disturbing.
Right. So naturally, the locals avoid it like the plague.
I would too.
But of course, some people just can't resist a good ghost story.
Oh, no.
Especially campers, right?
Yeah, they're always looking for a spooky experience.
Exactly. And boy, did they get it.
What kind of stories are we talking about?
Well, for starters, people report waking up to the smell of roasting meat.
Roasting meat, but no fire.
Nope.
That's so creepy.
Right. It's like someone or something is cooking right next to you.
Yeah, but you can't see them.
Yeah, and it gets worse.
Oh, God, how?
Some campers have found their shoes filled with bones.
Bone?
Yeah, animal bones like rabbit, deer, mongoose, that sort of thing.
Okay, that's just weird.
And get this, they say the bones are always completely clean.
Clean. Like no flesh or anything.
Nothing.
Ugh, that's so gross.
And on top of that, there are reports of a woman humming.
Humming.
Yeah, like a lullaby, but no one recognizes the tune.
Uh,
It's always described as really unsettling.
yeah, lullabies are supposed to be soothing.
Right. But in this context, it's just creepy.
Totally. Like she's trying to lure you in or something.
Exactly.
It's like weaponized comfort.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So is this just anecdotal stuff or?
Well, there was this incident in 2017.
Okay, what happened?
It was a group of college students.
Of course it was.
They went camping near the clearing.
Despite the warnings, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, they totally ignored them.
What could go wrong?
Right. So anyway, they brought all their food and supplies, and when they woke up the next morning, none of it had been touched.
Okay, that's kind of standard haunted place stuff.
Yeah, but then one of their backpacks was filled with charred rabbit bones.
Charred, like burnt.
Yeah, it's a really specific detail that keeps coming up.
It's like a calling card or something.
Right, and it gets even weirder.
Oh, there's more.
They had a voice recorder with them, and it caught 32 minutes of what they describe as wet chewing sounds.
Oh, God, what?
In the middle of the night.
Oh, no, that's so disturbing.
And one of the girls, Priya,
Yeah.
she woke up with her braid dipped in boiling oil.
Boiling oil.
Yeah, but she said she didn't feel any pain.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, right? And none of them remembered cooking anything.
So what they're saying is something cooked rabbit, dipped this girl's hair in boiling oil, and none of them have any memory of it.
That's what it seems like.
That's so messed up.
It's like they were totally powerless.
Yeah, like something was controlling them.
Exactly.
So what did the villagers make of all this?
Well, they turned to Baba Ganesh.
Who's that?
He's their local shaman.
Like a spiritual leader?
Yeah, exactly. He's like the go-to guy for anything supernatural.
Okay, so what did he say?
Well, he came up with all these rituals and warnings.
To protect people.
Yeah.
Like what?
For one thing, he said to never eat meat near the clearing.
That's interesting.
Right. Like you don't want to attract anything.
Yeah, don't want to make yourself look like dinner.
Exactly. And if you smell burning, he said to sprinkle salt in your shoes.
Salt.
Yeah. And if you hear humming, you're supposed to clap 3 times.
Okay, that's getting specific.
Right. It's like these very particular instructions passed down through generations.
Like a folk remedy for a haunting.
Exactly.
But does any of it actually work?
Who knows, but people still do it.
I guess it gives them a sense of control.
Right.
Like they're not completely helpless.
Exactly. Now, Baba Ganesh's biggest warning, though,
What's that?
is about Mai Kalavati's name.
Her name.
Yeah, he says you should never say it out loud after dark.
Really? Why?
He won't say exactly,
Wow.
and he refuses to even write it down.
So just the name itself is dangerous.
That's the belief anyway.
That's intense.
Yeah. It's like a serious taboo.
So it's all just folklore and spooky stories.
Right. No, exactly.
That's-
Remember those bones the campers found in their shoes?
Yeah.
They did a forensic analysis on them in 2020.
Okay.
And at first they thought it was all animal bones.
Right.
But it turns out 18% of them were human.
Human. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
What kind of human bones?
Finger bones and teeth mostly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty disturbing.
So it's not just a ghost story then.
It's starting to look that way.
Someone was actually doing something out there.
Right. And it gets worse.
How?
The bones were from different time periods.
What do you mean?
Some were from the 1800s, but
Lovely.
some were only a few months old.
So whatever's happening at the witch's kitchen,
Yeah.
it's been going on for a long time.
And it's still happening.
This is getting really creepy.
I know, and that's why the locals have all these rules for how to survive.
Provide.
Yeah, like if you have to camp near there.
Which you shouldn't do in the first place.
Right, but if you do, they say to stay at least 500 meters away
Okay.
and burn neem leaves to ward off evil spirits.
And neem leaves.
Yeah, and sleep with a knife under your pillow.
That's a new one.
Right. They also say don't accept food from strangers.
That's good advice anywhere, I guess.
Yeah, and whatever you do, don't investigate the black cat.
Right, because it could be her.
Exactly.
What else?
Oh, and this one's really creepy.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
They say you should never look into puddle reflections at night
Why?
because you might see her face instead of yours.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
Right.
Okay, so we've got folklore, eyewitness accounts, forensic evidence, and now survival tips.
This is getting really intense.
It is, and we're not done yet.
Oh, no.
There's one more thing.
What?
It's like a local dare.
A dare.
Yeah, they say if you want to see Mai Kalavati's ghost,
Oh, God.
you have to circle the clearing 7 times at midnight.
That's
And if you do, they say you'll see her cooking over an eternal fire.
in her kitchen.
Yeah.
But here's the truly horrifying part.
There's more.
They say she's not cooking with normal ingredients.
What is she cooking with then?
They say she's using the people who are foolish enough to be out there after dark.
Oh, God.
So the whole thing comes full circle.
It's like a never-ending cycle of horror.
Exactly.
So what do we make of all this?
Honestly, it's one of the most unsettling cases we've ever covered.
I agree the way the legends and the evidence overlap.
Yeah.
It's like you can't just dismiss it as a spooky story.
Great. It makes you wonder if there's something truly evil at work here.
I mean, we have human remains.
We do.
And these bizarre experiences people keep reporting.
And the locals clearly believe it.
Yeah, they've been living with this fear for generations.
It makes you think what truly haunts the witch's kitchen.
Is it Mike Calavati's ghost?
Or something else entirely.
That's the question, isn't it?
And I don't think there's an easy answer. But I have a feeling the story is going to stay with me for a while.
Me too.
And I bet it'll stay with you too.
Probably.
So be careful out there.
Yeah. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.
Especially in a place called the Witch's Kitchen.
Good night, everyone.
Sleep tight!